All right, so you live in St. Cloud, Florida, and you're looking to build an even better bond with your dog. You've come to the right place. We're going to walk through exactly how to find the perfect local trainer for you and your best friend. I mean, life with a dog in St. Cloud is just great, right? You've got the lakefront trails, all the parks, that amazing sunshine, and a well behaved dog gets to be a part of all that fun, which makes every trip out the door so much more enjoyable and way less stressful.
Okay, so before we even start looking, the first step is figuring out what you actually want to get out of this. You know, the phrase a well-behaved dog, well, that can mean a lot of different things to different people. So what does success look like for you and your dog? So take a look at this list. Does any of it sound familiar? Maybe your arm feels like it's going to fall off from all the leash pulling, or you're just done with your dog greeting every guest with a jump. Nailing down your biggest challenges is really the first big step to finding a trainer who knows exactly how to help. All right, next up, let's think about where the training should happen. In-home training is fantastic for those issues that, well, happen at home. You know, the doorbell rings and the barking starts, or maybe some counter surfing. But then you have group classes, which are amazing for teaching your dog to focus and stay calm when there are other dogs and people all around.
So, what makes a really good trainer? What separates the great ones from, just anyone? It honestly comes down to two big things: their methods and their qualifications. And this part is so important for your dog's well being.
The best and, frankly, the kindest way to train a dog these days is with positive reinforcement. It's a pretty simple idea. You just reward the behavior you want to see more of. This isn't just about teaching commands like sit or stay. It's about building a real foundation of trust and actually making learning fun for both of you.
And on the flip side of that, you really want to avoid any methods that use fear or pain. That stuff can cause some serious anxiety and even aggression down the line. So picking a trainer who uses humane, science-based methods, it's not just about being nice. It's about what actually works long-term and what's safest for your dog, your family, and really everyone in the community. Okay, so how do you know if a trainer is qualified? Well, looking for certifications like these is a really good sign. You don't have to memorize all these letters, but just know they show that a trainer is serious about their profession and they keep up with the latest in animal behavior.
All right, let's get practical and talk about the money side of things and how to make your final pick. And really try to think of this as an investment in years and years of a happy, peaceful life with your dog. Just to give you a ballpark figure, a single private lesson right here in the St. Cloud area is going to run you about this much. It's just helpful to have a baseline number in your head as you start exploring your options. And as you can see here, the prices can really be all over the place. A group class for basic manners is going to cost a lot less than, say, a really intensive board and train program that lasts several weeks. This should give you a good idea of how you can match your budget to the kind of training you actually need. So, when you're ready to start calling people, have these questions handy. Trust me, their answers will tell you a ton. What you're listening for is someone who uses positive methods, has credentials you can check, and is going to build a plan just for your dog, not some cookie-cutter one-size-fits-all thing. Now, once you actually start training, you have to take those new skills out into the real world. So, let's talk about where you can do that right here in St. Cloud. First things first, you've got to know the local rules. And the biggest one for every single dog owner is, you guessed it, the leash law. And it's super simple. Unless you are inside a designated off-leash dog park, your dog has to be on a leash, and that leash can't be longer than 6 feet. This is for everybody's safety, your dog's, other people's, and even the local wildlife. It's just a simple way to be a courteous and responsible neighbor. And hey, St. Cloud has some amazing places to get out there and practice. Canine Cove Dog Park, that's the perfect spot to work on recall, getting them to come when you call in a safe, fenced area. And for working on those leash manners, the trails at East Lake Toho are just perfect. You've got joggers, birds, all sorts of real-world distractions to test out your skills. And a quick note, especially if you've recently adopted your dog, remember the 3-3-3 rule. It's just a helpful reminder that building trust takes time. You have to be patient. In those first 3 days, your dog is just overwhelmed. But by that 3-month mark, they're really starting to settle in and feel like they're finally home. So just think about it for a second. What would it be like to take a totally peaceful walk along the lakefront, or to have friends over without worrying about the dog, or even just to relax on a quiet afternoon? Finding the right trainer is really the first step to making all of that your reality. We wish you the absolute best on your journey.